When most people think about professional athletes, they think about the highlights, the big contracts and sponsorship deals, the trophies, the celebrations, and the photos that capture those unforgettable moments. And looking at all of that, it's easy to assume one thing, that once you've made it to the top, you're set for life. The money seems like it solves every problem, and the future looks completely secure. But behind the scenes, the reality is often more complicated. Because financial security isn't always guaranteed, even at the highest level, and many athletes eventually face challenges they never expected. From the outside, professional sports can seem pretty simple: train hard, perform well, get rewarded. But that's usually the part of the story that everyone sees. What people don't see are the quiet moments in between. And one of the biggest realities is that athletic careers are often much shorter than people realize. Many athletes spend years preparing for a career that may only last a fraction of their lives. In many sports, peak performance arrives surprisingly early, but life continues long after the cheering stops. The bills still have to be paid, responsibilities continue to grow, and after years of competition, the body doesn't always recover the way it once did. At the same time, the income that once felt steady can begin to disappear because professional sports are incredibly unpredictable. Contracts eventually come to an end. Performance is constantly being evaluated. Sometimes a single injury can change everything. Sometimes it's one difficult season. And sometimes younger competitors arrive, ready to take the next opportunity. Now, it's true that many athletes earn significant amounts of money during their careers, but the expenses can be significant too, because a large salary doesn't automatically turn into long-term wealth. Managing money is a skill that has to be learned, and not everyone has the knowledge or guidance to do it well. Some athletes receive life-changing contracts while they're still very young. Suddenly, new opportunities begin to appear. More travel, more experiences, more freedom. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying success. The challenge begins when spending grows as quickly as income, because financial decisions made today can affect decades of life after retirement. And that's why retirement can sometimes arrive as a major shock. For athletes, retirement isn't always a gradual process. Sometimes it arrives much sooner than expected. An injury, a contract decision, or simply getting older can bring a career to an end. For years, competition was the center of daily life. Then suddenly that routine is gone. Athletes become used to structure. Training schedules guide almost every week. Goals provide direction and motivation, and competition gives each day a clear purpose. Without those things, many athletes find themselves feeling lost. Not because they have stopped loving the sport, but because the sport became part of who they are. Fortunately, retirement doesn't have to be the end of the story. Many athletes go on to build an entirely new chapter of their lives. Some choose to become coaches and mentors. Others start businesses and pursue new ambitions. Some find opportunities in media and broadcasting. What they often discover is that the skills developed through sports still have value. Discipline, consistency, resilience, the ability to keep moving forward when things get difficult. Those qualities remain useful long after competition ends. Eventually, the crowds move on. The trophies become memories, and the contracts are stored away. But the lessons remain. Sports can open incredible opportunities, but success isn't only measured by what happens during an athletic career. It's also measured by what comes next, by how someone adapts to change, by how they continue to grow, and by how they build a meaningful life beyond competition. Because every athlete eventually reaches the end of their playing career, what truly matters is the chapter they choose to write afterward,